Well, disappointing opener. I thought we played hard, and I thought we executed well offensively in the first half. And then second half, we obviously panicked a little bit, and I don't know how many layups we missed. I'm anxious to see, and obviously a lot of missed free throws. And, we didn't turn the ball over a lot. We had a couple bad turnovers, but we just looked a little nervous and a little unsure of ourselves, and we didn't have a guy that we could just kind of go to settle us down and know that guy's going to get us a great shot. And that was, probably the difference. Obviously, Landers Nolly was the best player on the floor. We kind of knew that going in. We challenged our guys. It's a little bit tougher when you don't have some film for them to really see him in college play, watching high school tape. But he was the difference maker because he was able to play well in the first half and give their team confidence. And obviously, he's a very good shot maker. And then I thought Beatty played well for them at the point. He was, an older guard that just kind of kept them settled down and was solid. And it was just a hard-fought game that, obviously the play against with a minute and change to go that we got them pressed again, and we've gotten them turned over once, and then we've got the ball and we lose it, and ends up being a 3-point play with the dunk, and that was the momentum-changing play, and really that put too much pressure on us. We just didn't recover. Questions?
A little surprised that Amir, of all the guys, was the guy that didn't, with the foul there at the end. That foul, the play you just talked about.
Yeah, he should have just let him go. He really was supposed to be back, so I'm not sure why he was up so much. It's kind of one of those deals where we talked about it as a staff. It was tied, and we thought, man, maybe we should just go back and play man this possession, but they just hadn't been very good against it, and they're young too in some ways. And so we thought, well, let's give it one more shot. And our guys got just a little too greedy, and again, we had the ball in our hand and probably should have made the steal, but it just didn't work for us.
When they tried to make some adjustments there in the second half defensively, what did you try to do to?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they made any major adjustments. It's game pressure. When you're not making shots and you're missing layups and missing free throws and you're not making threes, the basket gets smaller, and you got to be able to make some. I mean, there's not a lot. Like, it wasn't like we took a bunch of bad shots in the game. And we're a better shooting team than 7 for 29, but we weren't tonight. And I thought game pressure really got to us. And, we had a couple guys some of our older players didn't play well in the 8 or 9 minutes that they played, and I was a little upset with them. And, they want to play more minutes, and, they made a ton of defensive mistakes. And some of those guys were guys that had either guarded Landers Nolly for a couple possessions or Curran had gotten in there and made about 3 bad plays. And so in those instances in this season, sometimes I'm going to go with a freshman. And it may not always win this game, but in the long run, that's going to be what's better for Clemson basketball. And, hey, today, Chase had a tough second half. I thought Al was terrific for 25 minutes. I mean, he was a spark. He was energy. He was making plays for others. He had 6 defensive rebounds. Now, he made 2 bad plays at the end of the game, but that's going to serve him well longer in his career. And so we didn't play well enough to win. I thought, defensively in the second half, we were much better. Offensively in the second half, we were terrible. And some of it was just making shots. And, guys aren't trying to miss free throws. They're not trying to miss threes. They're not trying to miss layups and 6-foot hooks, but I guarantee you we're going to go back and watch the film, and it's like we're going to have, a bunch. And sometimes when you play at home and your crowd is like, we just missed another free throw, we just missed a layup, it almost, you feel the pressure even more as a player, and so it's hard. You got to step up and make big shots, and I thought we had decent looks in the game. We didn't make them, and they played a packed-in defense, and we couldn't get them out of it.
Amir said some of the sets that y'all thought they were going to run from Auburn's
Yeah, there were a few. Obviously, yeah, absolutely. There were some sets that they ran that we knew, but there were a lot of things that we had never seen before, and there were things they had never seen before. So that's that's just the nature of this game, and that's the only thing that's hard about that is it's a conference game, and it'll be the only game in the whole season in the league where you don't feel as prepared as you would be for a normal game. But that's not why we lost this game.
You spoke about some, but with Alamir, the job that he did just as a freshman, kind of running the show.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I mean, he plays so hard. He wants to compete. He's coachable, but he does have a lot to learn. He has a lot to learn. He's trying to learn how to be a guy that gets others shots. He's trying to, know when to take a good shot. He took one really bad one in the second half when it was early and a guy went under a ball screen. And you can take that shot, but that's not the shot we need right now. And it's not like you just made one. And but we got to bring him in and watch film and talk about that some more. And these games are a lot more difficult than the high school games were, and he's got to adjust. But I thought, for two young players, I thought those guys did well. Even Alex, I thought, Alex was not afraid at all. That's one thing about Alex Hemingway is he's not afraid. He had one go in the second half, go in and out. It was actually a very contested shot, and it was a quick release. And, I thought it was down, and so I thought he played with some gumption and some chutzpah, really. I mean, he wanted to make plays. He wasn't afraid to shoot a ball in, and I love that about these young guys.
Is it a good thing that you'll be able to flush this and play 48 hours?
Yeah, it is. We got to bounce back, and we got 2 more games this week, and so we got a lot to learn. It would be nice to practice one extra day maybe, and just kind of be able to take what we've done here and drill on it for a day and then get ready. But we don't have that luxury. We got to go right to Presbyterian and kind of got to figure out what they're doing, which isn't going to be as easy because they got a new coach and we're not going to have a lot of film on them either. But right now we need to lick our wounds here a little bit and regroup and get back to competing.